Next, the Lord says, also in the 6th bowl, "Behold, I am coming like a thief. Blessed is he who stays awake and keeps his clothes, so that he will not walk about naked, and men will not see his shame." So this is speaking of the robes of righteousness. This is the time of the harvest of the bride of Christ, what we call the rapture. And there's only one harvest brought in, one bride, and this is when it's going to be happening. So I want to stop here and go back to the 6th seal. At the time this bomb goes off, God seals the 144,000. These are not Christians, since we already have the seal of God. These are Jews of all 12 tribes. They'll be a remnant because it is all 12 tribes, and in them all Israel, the race, will be saved. After that, John sees a great multitude which no man can number, of all nations and kindreds and peoples and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes, and palms in their hands. So during the timing of the 6th seal, the first 6 bowls have been poured out, and the bride now stands before the throne, coinciding with the rapture event of the 6th bowl. Now I need to bring the trumpets back into the picture. Between the 6th trump and the 7th trump, the Lord shows 2 more views of the events that are taking place at the same time. I'll call them inserts. The first one is chapter 10. An archangel is coming down from heaven. He stood with one foot on the sea and the other on land. He gives a loud shout. The 7 thunders then speak, which John isn't allowed to write what they said. Then the archangel yells that there will be no more delay, but in the days when the 7th angel is about to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be accomplished, just as announced to his servants, the prophets. We can read what the prophets were told in 1 Corinthians 15:51 and 52. "Behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, at the last trump. For the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall all be changed." Again in 1 Thessalonians 4:15 through 17, "From this we say unto you by the word of the Lord," so they're prophesying, "that we which are alive and remain unto the coming of the Lord shall not prevent them which are asleep. For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of an archangel, and with the trump of God. And the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air, and so shall we ever be with the Lord." So it's the same as in chapter 10. There's a shout with the voice of an archangel and with the trump of God, which in this case is the 7th trump of God. So in the second view of events happening just before the 7th trump is blown in chapter 11. In this view of events taking place at that same time is the 2 witnesses. Some believe that the whole of the 1260 days takes place between the 6th and 7th trump, but I disagree with that. John is being told all about them in this one place, but their 1260 days would have taken place over the whole of the time of the beast, when the 8th head is in having authority for 42 months, meaning that their 1260 days would have begun in the timing of the fifth seal war, and is ending here at the end of the sixth trump as the seventh trump blows. And this is the taking up of the two witnesses. They are part of the harvest, and so are taken up to the clouds at the same time as the rest of the harvest that Jesus is reaping. There is only one harvest, and these witnesses, of course, will be part of it. So, this, of course, is followed by the Battle of Armageddon, which takes place in the seventh seal, seventh trump, and 7 bowls of God's wrath. So, I made a little chart. In case you want to pause it. The fifth seal would be back here. So we have 42 months of the beast, and we have the 1260 days of the two witnesses. This is the sixth seal. The sun and the moon are darkened, so this would be the probably nuclear weapon going off. And here John sees the multitude in heaven, and then the seventh seal. This is the trumps. We have the seventh trump going off here. During the sixth seal, the wrath of God began. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bowls opened. And then we have the two inserts, the archangel, which brings us again to the time that the seventh trump blows, and then the two witnesses. So we're actually being shown the rapture and the taking up with in the sixth seal, with the multitude in heaven at the seventh trump, and at the sixth bowl, and of course as the seventh trump is about to be blown here, and the two witnesses being taken up here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times that we see the rapture taking place. That helps to set the order for this. There's actually two more places that is talked about in the book of Revelation that we can line up with this. And then, of course, we have the seventh seal and the seventh trump and the seventh bowl and Armageddon. I also want to say, for believers, he won't be surprising us like a thief in the night. We'll be expecting to see him because the two witnesses will have been laying dead in the street for 3.5 years. And 3.5 days, and so we're going to expect to see them come back to life and be taken up in the clouds, and we'll also be taken up and changed at that time. Thank you once again for listening, and God bless.